Hi, this is Eternal King here, bringing you another RPG video today. So I've been playing a great deal of Armored Core 6 lately, and I wanted to highlight what I consider to be some of the best explosive weapons in the game. I've just completed the campaign, and I am currently C rank in PvP. So I've done it entirely with explosive weapons that are considered to be relatively low tier in the game, so I thought that maybe it'd be helpful if I highlighted what I consider to be some of the best explosive weapons you can use. Starting off with the ones that you shouldn't use, do not use the Guangxi or the Majestic. These are, or the Little Gem. All of these are baby bazookas. Their damage is very low. The best bazooka by far is the Javelin Alpha detonating bazooka. There's very little reason to use anything else. Highest damage, highest impact damage. Obviously, when weapons deal more damage, they have higher reload times, but the reload time of the Javelin Alpha is actually pretty decent still, so I definitely recommend using this weapon. Very strong. Then we have grenade launchers. Grenade launchers are my specialty. They are considered very low tier weapons, but again, I've been destroying campaign, and I've been destroying competitive multiplayer with nothing but 4 grenade launchers, a full grenade launcher build, so I can talk about which ones are good and which ones are not. Stay away from the Iridium. It's a baby handheld grenade launcher, deals very low damage. And stay away from the Gu Chen. The Gu Chen is going to be the best grenade launcher you can get early game, but pretty soon you're going to upgrade it with the next option, which is the Dizzy. Dizzy deals a ton of damage. It's like 1.8k per shot, I believe, or it could be 1.6k. High damage, high AoE. Amazing for PvE content. You'll just one-shot battleships, and then obviously amazing for PvP because you'll just absolutely destroy smaller mech builds with a ton of explosive damage. So moving on from that, the last category of explosive weapons you'll find in handheld is going to be handheld missile launchers. The best handheld missile launcher is the Aperitif Siege missile launcher. This thing will launch something like 10 to 12 missiles that home in on targets. If all you want to do is engage at long range and hover around and fire off missiles, using 2 aperitifs is not a bad way to go. Moving on to explosive weapons for your shoulder slot. And again, if you don't know, when it comes to Armored Core 6, there are 4 weapon slots: left hand, left shoulder, and right shoulder. So again, moving on. We have the Morally Spread Bazooka shoulder weapon. Very good. It's essentially a shotgun rocket launcher. Use it at close range. It'll deal very high damage. Can't recommend it enough. We have my personal favorite, which is the Earshot grenade launcher. I use 2 Dizzies, 2 Earshots for my kind of top tier tank explosive build. And it is, the highest damage shoulder cannon weapon in the game. It deals like 2k damage, I believe, of pure explosive damage in a massive AoE. And then the baby version is the Songbirds. The Songbirds isn't bad. People tend to just use them as a stagger punish, like you build up stagger using other weapons, and then you use your Songbirds to deal massive damage on a lighter mech. But it's not bad. I've seen Songbirds be okay. But again, Earshot's bigger, it's better. Definitely use that instead. Finally, we have shoulder-mounted missile launchers. We have front-facing missile launchers, so the BML-10 is very strong, fires 10 missiles that track targets, and it's forward-facing. We have split missile launchers, which aren't great in my opinion. I think they are one of the weaker types of missile launchers. I think you're supposed to use them at close range. So again, they hit a target, and then they summon a bunch of baby missiles that are homing, and will hit the target that way, but it's less impressive than it sounds. It's one of the weakest missile launchers you can use, I believe, which is the split missile launcher. Now, on the other end of the scale, dual missile launchers are really good. So the BML G2 and the BML G1, they're both very viable, and they're very good at hitting targets that are moving left to right. So if your opponent is just mashing X to strafe left and right with their mech, these missiles will more likely than not hit their target and deal very high damage. We have vertical missile launchers. Vertical missile launchers act like missile artillery. They fire high up into the air, they have poor tracking, and then they basically land wherever you fired them initially. And for that reason, I can't recommend them very highly But if that's your build and you just want to saturate the ground with missile fire, this 12, shot missile launcher here is very big. It fires a lot of missiles, and as long as your target isn't highly mobile, they will all land. So, like again, if you're fighting another tank build, which does not exist online currently, nobody plays tanks but me. If you fight another tank mech, the vertical missile launcher is a great punish for that. Then we have the active homing missile launchers. I feel the same way about these as I do about the split missile launchers. They're very easy to dodge, and I don't think they're amazing. I feel the same way about container missile launchers and cluster missile launchers. They're slow moving, bad tracking, and for that reason, they're better at hitting things on the ground than they are at hitting things in the air. And right now online, everything you're trying to hit is in the air, so there's no reason to use these. The Soup, on the other hand, is quite good. It's a scatter missile launcher with 30 shots, which means you can have 60 missiles on each shoulder. And for that reason, the Soup is pretty decent for a missile launcher. It's one of the best, I would say. The Soup is pretty up there. The Javelin Beta being very similar to things like the Delivery Boy and the BML G1. Javelin Beta also not great. So that's pretty much all the explosive weapons you're going to find in the game. In terms of pure missile launchers, bazookas, and grenade launchers, I tend to lean on the grenade launcher side of the spectrum. It deals the highest damage, it has the highest AoE, and the highest stagger potential, and the highest stagger punish potential of any explosive weapon in Armored Core 6. So again, Earshot plus Dizzy's as a 4 in your build, one of the strongest explosive builds you can have in the game. This is Eternal King, signing out.